Hey friends, welcome back to a video series learning programming in a different way. So in the last video we created this registration form in which we had some fields, and today we will be creating the dynamic aspect of this page. That is, there are some fields on this page that what we want to be coming from the database. For example, we are having state that I want to come from the database, and on the basis of the state what we choose, the respective cities of the states, the respective city of that particular state should be shown over here. And next is the stream that we want should be coming from the database. So we'll be covering doing these three things in this video today. Okay, so let's start. Before that, first of all, let's get back to our database design. So if you remember, in this database design we had two tables. One is master underscore state and another one is master underscore cities. So master underscore state and cities has one-to-many relationship, where master underscore state ID was referenced by mst city underscore state ID over here, and we'll be using this particular thing only to complete our task. So let's see what our database is. In our database we already have created all the tables and the states. I have added few states of our country. So we are having states of India over here, and these are the state IDs that I have assumed for each state, and this state ID will be referenced in our table master underscore cities. So if I see over here, Andaman and Nicobar is linked with Car Nicobar, Nancowry, Great Nicobar, Diglipur, etc. So I've already created the referencing in the first video. So if you see, if I click over here, I'll be getting to my ID. So this means that our foreign keys are created properly and they are being linked over here. So what I want here is, first of all, I need to select all the states and show over here, and then as soon as the states get selected, I will query this table, not this one, this table, and on the basis of a particular state I'll be selecting only those cities who's being referenced as referenced into this table. Okay, so let's quickly start off with our things. So let's get back to our code, and what we want is, first of all, let's include the config file. I include our config file is one directory outside, so I'll be writing .config.php, and now what I want is, I want a query to be written over here. So I'll say $SQL is equal to, for states, first of all, SQL for state, let's say the states. I need the query from here, so I can just go over here. I need to select both the columns, so I'll be using select star from master, so that all my states should be shown in the data, shown from the database. So I'll say select star from masters. Then I'll run this query. To run this query, underscore states, I'll be using the function mysql underscore query, $SQL underscore states. You need to pass on the query into here. Now this particular mysql underscore query function will run this query and bring the result set into query underscore states. Just to catch the exception initially, mysql underscore error. So it will give me any error if there are any into this one. So now I'm having this one, so I'll use it in the later stage. So to get the data of this one, now this query states is the result set, and to get all the data from here, I'll be needing in the states, so just keep typing states. Okay, over here. Now already having an option select, so I will not be anyways changing, and I'll keep this value as empty, so that if the later stage is when I'll apply required, so it will work over here. For our dynamic options, I'll start PHP over here, and let's say close it over here. I'll use a while loop to traverse an array that I'll be using through mysql_fetch assoc function. mysql_fetch assoc function, what it does is, from the result set that we have created above, so our result set was query states, so I'll copy query states and I'll pass it on over here in the result set. Now what this provides me as an output is mysql fetch assoc gets the whole key associative array relationship from the result data that comes from the database. So let's say if I just, before doing this one, let's comment this and first see the output of this, what it gets to me. So I'll write print_r, so and I'll pass mysql fetch assoc, and I'll just die over here so that I can see what I get as a data. Or instead of here, let's try it up so that the design doesn't get much off. So when I refresh it, provides me, if you see, it gives me MST state ID, which is the name of my, okay, not here, but yeah, name of my this column, MST state ID, and gives me N1. MST state name, it gives me MST state name as the name of this one. So this, it's coming right now as 1 because just in the print_r, but I have to loop it into a while loop to get all the data, because it's not only data that is coming over here. If I want to find out the number of rows that this returns me, so I can use mysql_num_rows, and I can just pass it this query state. So every time what you need is the result set, and you can pass into multiple functions of PHP to get the data or the inferences from this one. So you just need to write echo. I can just write echo over here also, it can give me the count. So it gives me 36, if you see, right? So 36 is the count that is coming from the database, as we have not put any condition on this one, and we have to start this everything. So what we need to do is, we need to put this in while loop so that it gets always readed and will provide us with our data, and the data will be in the manner of keys will be always MST state ID and MST state name, which are the names of our database column, database tables column name. So I can now get back to the option section where we were coding this one. So this is my while loop. Let's get started over here, and I just close off the PHP and start it over here again, just so that my codes is bit clean. Option value, or I need my value, and I need something over here. So value has to be, this is a shorthand for PHP. Okay. So the value has to be the ID, because I need to pass it on to the city table to get the data from there. So it has to be like this. So it has to be state ID, and the data I need to get print, or data I want to get be showed over here, is from this one, like this. Again, it has to be in PHP, so you can use the shorthand over here to see whether you can get the output or not. So this should successfully give me all the states. I have removed all the dies. Just see it once again. What we have done is we have first of all run a query, that is select from master state, so that we can get all the states. To run the query and get the result set, we have used the function mysql_query. It provides us with a result set. Then we have passed this result set into a mysql and fetch assoc function, so that we can get the data in the manner of key value pair, that is the associative array. And then we have looped it in while to create our multiple options that are coming from our database table of states. So if I just refresh it, and I'll see over here, I'm having all my states that I stored in the table, right? This should be easy to understand. Now the next part is a bit a tricky one. What I need is, as soon as I choose any of these, city should be having only those cities that are available in Dadra and Nagar Haveli and not any others. You must have seen in lot of forms already. So to do this, there are a lot of ways, but the best one is using the technology AjAX. What AjAX offers us is to change a particular content of a page from the database even without reloading the whole page, which saves a lot of bandwidth for us and fastens our page to a much better extent. So what we'll be doing is we'll be using AjAX for our case, and AjAX we will be writing in AjAX. Full form is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So what we need to do is, so it's written in JavaScript, and now in the jQuery library of JavaScript, what I need to do is let's say on change of this one, I'll be creating a function choose city, and let's try with this dot value, so that I'll be getting the selected state already over here. So I'll create first of all a script section for me. In this I'll be creating a function choose city, and choose city, and either let's say the state underscore ID. Just check whether it's working or not. So we'll be writing alert state underscore ID, and we'll save it and see what happens. So state underscore ID will get 8, Andaman Nicobar will get 1, Delhi will get 10. Okay, so it's working for us. What we need now is we need to create a AjAX call over here. To create an AjAX call, what you need is first of all use the function $.AjAX, right? In here you need to pass some variables. First of all is the URL. URL is the page where you want this call to go and collect data from. So we'll be creating a page as choose city.php for us, and it has to be comma as it is the number of parameter it takes. Then you need to say type can be get or post, preferably post. Another thing, there is anything else that you want over here? I don't think there is anything else that you want over here. So we can have over here is one more thing, last thing is success. In success portion you type in a function, you receive a data, and you do something over here. Another thing that you want to do is send the data, and in our case the data over here is state underscore ID. So you need to create a JSON format over here saying the key will be state underscore ID and the column will be state underscore ID only. This name can be anything. You can write state, you can write state underscore ID. Oops. Okay, right. So we'll be keeping it as state underscore id, and after we'll receive the data, we'll be seeing what we can do with the data. So before moving further, let's create one more page over here for us, that is to here we'll start with a PHP page, and I will first of all include my config file, which is again outside config.php. Then what I need is I need to write my SQL again. So this time my SQL will be this. Just let me close all these things. My SQL this time will be to what I need is I need to get city ID and city name on the basis of city ID selected from there. So where it is, just here. Also just my state ID that I have received from the AjAX call will be received on here under the post array, and the name over here that we have called is state ID. If you see, we have called it again using state ID and not using any other name. So you can call it with any other name, you can call it with state, you can call it with ABC and anything, and you can type in here ABC or state, and then you will be able to see. So we'll be just passing state underscore ID. So our query is ready for at our dispose, and we'll be needing a result set. We'll run this query as $SQL. Now what I need is I need to retrieve all the data in through an associative array, that is MySQL underscore fetch underscore soc, and I'll be passing my result over here. In here we'll be creating an array as city array and pass all of my result over here. That will be city ID and city name in an array form, associative array form. Finally what I need to do is I need to convert this array. So first of all, let us check what happened over here. So I'll write city array to see what array it is creating and what is the output of this whole procedure that we are trying to write. So if for checking out, again let's get back to console, and console you will be seeing, and let's check it Assam choose PHP. There is some error over here, and include spelling is not correct. So let's try again. This time it's saying no error, and here is our array that is get printing on the city that we have chosen, state that we have chosen. So our output is coming correctly. What I just need to do is I need to echo the whole content in the form of JSON. What this JSON is actually, this is used for passing the data from one language to another. So if I have to pass data from JavaScript to PHP, or PHP to Java, or Java to PHP, or any other languages, this provide me an interface, a pipe through which I can pass on the data and it can be understood at the other end. So this is one of the most powerful technologies right now that is being majorly used in the market. So what we have printed our data. First of all, let's see what data we have received at our front end. So I'll be typing in as data, and let's first of all catch the output on the console, and then we'll alter it according to our needs. So I'll get back to console, and here I have get all my data, but this is not the proper format that I want. To convert it into a proper format, what you should do is you should to first of all parse the data in JSON format. So you have to write jQuery dot parse JSON and pass the JSON format that you are having. Now if you refresh it and see the output, it will be a bit different. So now it can be actually seen in a JSON format, and now we can use it for our purposes. and what I want to do is I will put this in $each, and $each I'll pass the data, then I'll convert it into function, and I'll pass key comma value because it is in the format of associative, and key value pairs. Even JSON works on key value pairs, associative array works on key value pairs. And what I want is I want to create an HTML level, so I'll be writing it as HTML, prepend it with option value is equal to, and it will be value dot mst underscore city id, the name of the key that we are getting from the server end. And same thing over here, value dot mst underscore city underscore name. Just done with this one. As soon as we are done with this one, what we need to do is we need to append the whole data to the city select box. So we have given our city select box an ID as city, right? So what we'll be doing is we'll be first of all emptying it, if we have not emptied it up till now. Yes, we have not emptied, so we'll empty it. So first of all, get the select box using ID, call the empty function to remove all the data in the select box, and then we'll append our new data as ID city. It has to be city, and we'll be appending our data that is we have created over there. So what we have done is we have started a variable as HTML, initialize it with select because we are emptying the data before appending new one, right? So just correct this name, it has to be HTML, and prepend the old data with the new options that we are creating. So new options that we are creating is the city name. So this $.each function, we are having each data indexed at 0, 1, 2, 3 in value, and these are the objects. So we need to create to access this one, value.mst city id and value.mst city name. If everything goes fine over here, so we'll be able to get our concerned output. So what is happening? HRML is the problem. I have not refreshed the page, so let's refresh the page. HRML, it's again and again saying where is that HRML? Okay, we have not saved it. I don't know why we are not saving it. Yeah, finally we are having our data. So if you see, it gets always changed. In Jharkhand, so we get the data of Jharkhand. We are in Karnataka, we get the data of Karnataka. And if we want to find Andaman Nicobar, we get the data of Andaman Nicobar, and we can select anyone, and then we can start off with our selections. Okay, so this is what we were doing. We are done with our this thing. The only thing left in this page is the stream selection. For that, first of all, get into the database and let's create some dummy streams for us. So let's wait for this table to get opened. Okay, so we'll insert some data, some dummy data, 2 or 3 data. Let's insert. So let's stream ID as Bachelor of Technology. Let 2, and I'll say Bachelor of Architecture, and we can add as many as we want, right? So we are having some data in our streams. So what we need is we just need to get the all data over here in the same manner that we did for the states. So it will be easy for us, so we'll just create a new query as SQL underscore streams this time. Select star from, the name of our table is master underscore streams. We'll create a result set for us in the same format, and just pass the query inside here, and we're done. To add the options into streams, first of all find the streams, value of this can be empty so that our required can work. Then I'll start the PHP code once again, and in the PHP code I'll say while $th is equal to mysql underscore fetch sock. I'll pass query underscore streams, and I'll call this. So now our code is between our while loop. What I'll need is, I need to add option with the value as key and option this one. So in here we will be needing a $th with ID as, so we need ID as MST stream ID and MST stream name. So we'll add MST underscore stream underscore ID, and again here we need something like this, so $th MST underscore stream underscore name. So if the syntax goes correctly, let's see if we have data. It does not. Expected query underscore streams on line 6 it says, so there must be some, forgot to add this semicolon. Saved. So we are having our streams, right? Bachelor of Architecture and Bachelor of Technology are, this one is anyways working, so right, so we can choose anyone, and we are done. So for this video we are done. We have added states and streams from the database, and then we have used AjAX to change our cities on the basis of the states. And in the next video we'll be adding the whole data into the database, inserting the data into the database, uploading the image and storing the image onto the server, so that we can get the data at the later stages for the user to see in their profiles. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.